Convention Centre on Bramall Lane in Sheffield. My name is Jo Tozoloff. I'm part of a portrait project. So I run a choir here called the Family Choir, and one of my singers is a painter. And he wanted to paint choir members, and we've tied this project in with a campaign called Let's End Poverty. A lot of my singers live with a lot of dignity and ability on the front line of poverty, and we wanted to tell their stories, and we thought this is a really good way to do it. Stephen will paint their portraits, and in the portrait we'll also include an object and a location, and each of those will represent the person's reality in their life on the front line of poverty, and also their dream, what they would do or have or achieve if they had more resources.
Yeah, so this is my self-portrait. My poverty is reflected in the background. I live in the family home, the house I was still born in, but my electricity blew about 10 years ago. It hadn't been rewired since the 50s, so the whole house, so I had my provider come in, they condemned it as dangerous. So they said you'd have to have that whole house needs rewiring, which is £5,000 upwards, so it's thousands and thousands. I'm only on benefit, which is 340 for the month. So I've been 10 years without electricity, so I live in darkness. So that is represented with the background. Mine's not so much an aspiration or a dream, but it's my positivity. Because I do have mental health issues, it's very important for me to remain happy, content and positive. With the Thursday Art Craft Wellbeing Group, we made a journal, which was each day or whenever something you do, which makes you feel happy, makes you feel positive, you include. So it's like photographs, taking photographs, or writing about it, or include leaflets or whatever it is. But it's so each day, each page represents something I've done that has made me feel happy or has kept me positive.
This is Ludmilla, and she's come to England from Ukraine. She's had to escape Ukraine, and her aspiration would be to get into Hallam University to study. She was a teacher in Ukraine. That's the aspiration. Because she's escaped the conflict in Ukraine, everything is so unpredictable. No one knows what's going to happen. So if she had a crystal ball, she'd be able to see into the future to find out, whether it's going to be a brighter future or not.
I really hope the paintings show the reality for a lot of people in this country having to live on the front line of poverty, no matter how hard they work, how able they are, how much dignity they have, that there's still a lot of people constrained to live on the front line of poverty. And I really hope this project shows their humanity by their dreams. We're all humans have dreams, and as humans together we should enable each other's dreams, and governments should enable the health and the dreams of the people that they govern.
I have struggled. Ever since I live totally on my own, I have very few friends, nobody visits me, I'm spending Christmas on my own. I'm only on benefit, which is only 340 for the month. I have had mental health, quite severe mental health issues in the past, and that's why I try and do things that keep me positive and hopeful, because I don't want to actually ever get back to how I was when I was feeling down and depressed. So it's a conscientious effort I'm making each day to do something that makes me feel happy and confident and positive. So, as I say, I always just being on benefit, I feel the pinch come the end of the month. It's only 340 to pay the bills I do pay, which of course I don't pay gas and electricity, but it's still a struggle, just to get by day. So I hope, it is, the message we're putting over in this exhibition about poverty does have an effect during the general election, and that it does become a major issue within the election. In those 35 years when I wasn't painting, I never had the inspiration. I had no inspiration at all. I was doing other things. My mind was occupied elsewhere. So I wasn't thinking about art. I wasn't thinking about ideas to do with art. Then when lockdown happened, I started getting inspiration, doing my own paintings. I then went on a course with an organisation called Ignite Imagination, which really challenged my imagination and what I could do creatively. And so that led to a portrait exhibition. And then ever since then, I've just been buzzing with ideas.